All right, here's the Armenian Arman Tsarukyan, a lightweight that many believe will one day be wearing UFC gold around his waist. The winning streak is in tow, and the strength of schedule has just been fantastic, really dating to the Islam Makhachev fight back in 2019. At times, perhaps Tsarukyan has been a victim of expectation, but largely he has lived up to what was some appreciable hype when he signed with the UFC back in 2019. He has inched his way towards contention. He's a guy that some have called the boogeyman of lightweight division, a guy that a lot of people don't want to fight. Eventually, you gotta fight him. We'll see if he can rise to the occasion here tonight. Well, it took him just over a year on the UFC roster to realize a piece of this UFC middleweight championship. He is the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, a guy you tried to bring in to emulate John Jones back in the day.
Absolutely. You knew right away when you watch Israel fight that he has an ability to fight in so many different ways. If he's coming to play a part, he's going to play that part better than anyone else you can find. Yeah. It's because of the adaptability. It's his ability to change the way that he's fighting based on his opponent. In the Derek Brunson fight, he did a lot of kneeing because he knew Brunson was going to wrestle him. But in the fight against Kelvin Gastelum was a lot of punches and kicks because the wrestling threat was not so great. You gotta have that if you hope to compete and stay atop your division for a long time.
Israel Adesanya ready to engage in another high-profile matchup here tonight. All right, now let's get you our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Arman Tsarukyan. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
Well, he came into the UFC as one of the hottest prospects the Octagon had seen in years, and Israel Adesanya has done nothing to diminish that hype. Stuffed 12 takedowns in his UFC debut, and the expectation is that most opponents are going to try to ground the last style bender. Let's see if he can keep this fight up right here tonight. Swing and a miss by Adesanya. Oh, so the taller fighter lands a flush knee. Oh, hook to the head by Tsarukyan. Nice teeth kick there from the kickboxer, and that is going to give the opposition something to think about. I've never eaten one of those, but doesn't seem fun.
No, it sucks. It sucks to get hit with that front kick up the middle. And that is going to allow for him to stay at range. It also deters takedown attempts because you know that if you change levels into one of those, you are going to sleep.
Strike lands cleanly there.
That was perfect. I want more of that.
Oh, goes to the switch kick and lands. That was masterfully done.
It's such a fast action. You draw reactions from your opponent, and that's when you find the target.
Really good emphasis on that kick there.
Big right hook there by the champ.
All right, now they separate. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Everybody here inside this arena digesting what they just saw. That is not a TKO, folks. That is a clean knockout result tonight.
I mean, just wow. What a performance by this young man, knocking his opponent out with a single shot like that.
All right, now we go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 33 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Arman Tsarukyan!
All right, so there is a new world order at 170 pounds. Congrats to the new UFC welterweight champion of the world.
I can't say I'm surprised. We've seen this guy on his journey to this championship. At every step, he looked fantastic. And tonight, that continued in dethroning